This story was part of a larger cultural inquiry aimed to support the social business Squawk Squad in understanding the relationship between New Zealand and conservation and the role of culture within that. Squawk Squad used this insight to reflect on how they can improve their product, like gamification, so it can build relationships and engage daily with their younger audience. In my first story, I talked about the relationship between man and nature and the changing dynamic of the relationship between the two as modernity advances. In this following story, I would like to talk about two different generations' relationship with the native birds of New Zealand. Joe's 5-year-old Anna loves the character Kui the kiwi. She has all of the books, some plush toys, and can be constantly seen with a book in her hands. For her 6th birthday, Joe decided to take her on a sanctuary visit to see an actual kiwi bird. To increase the surprise factor, she doesn't tell Anna anything until they're in front of a kiwi bird. To her surprise, Anna started crying and asking who the ugly rat was and to be taken out of there. This is a story told by one of the participants on an endangered bird online forum. As a result, Joe got many remarks and advice to take Anna out more into nature. There was also plenty of veiled and unveiled criticism regarding the youth nowadays that live in cities trapped and disconnected from real nature, and technology being the bad guy that traps them behind screens and does not allow them to go out. Things make up the fabric of our daily life, things like people, animals, objects, places. We care about the ones we interact with the most. We attach meaning and history to them. Joe and Anna live in Auckland, New Zealand, in a small house in the suburbs. Anna cares about her family, her neighbour's cat that sometimes visits her and begs for food. She cares about her stuffed toys that she plays with every day and the cartoons her mother shows on YouTube. She sees her older brother playing Pokemon Go, caring and chasing weird, brightly coloured animals outside. Just like him, she cares about Kui as her favourite activity is having her mother Joe read every night, before she goes to bed, a little story, making up noises and faces. For her, Kui was born out of these many nights of dreaming and imagining his adventures through the voice of her mother. For Anna, her life is perfect as it is. If you told her she is trapped and disconnected from real nature, she would feel confused and not understand you. She sees and connects to nature in her way, through the filter of her everyday life. She attaches meaning to that, so then that becomes important to her. For her, nature is her environment, the backyard of her house, the neighbor's cat, and Kui. For her, Kui is as real as the cat. He is the real kiwi to her. Just like Anna, her ancestors, many generations ago, cared for the kiwi, but in a different way, as the fabric of their lives was itself different. Before Anna's ancestors arrived to New Zealand, the kiwi was the king of the forest, the highest on the food chain. But with the arrival of the first mammals, the humans, Pakeha Maori Asian, which brought other predators like dogs, cats, possums, rabbits, as well as starting to cut the forest to make room for their houses, the kiwi bird became a rarer and rarer sight. Forests made room for cities and sanctuaries started to appear to protect the kiwi bird and others like it from extinction. Anna's great-grandmother is part of a generation that could still, at times, catch sight of a kiwi and other now endangered bird species when going out on a hike or, depending on where one lived, even hear the call of a kiwi at night. At those times, man and nature were close enough so that the animals were part of the day-to-day fabric of everyday life. Children's books were filled with real-life illustrations of native birds, including the kiwi, and children could match and identify them as they went about their daily life. Though living close to nature, these generations lived in a time of intense transformation of the environment by the modernization process. Within one generation, the native forest, the home of the birds, decreased by 70%, being replaced by cities. The people that, through their family stories, own memories and way of life, can still recall those times and ways of living, want to revive and protect it by supporting sanctuaries, while at the same time looking at advancements in modernity and urbanization as an unavoidable danger. For them, the kiwi is the endangered bird in the sanctuary. What brings these two stories together is that people care about the things they have in their daily life. People living in urbanized, technologized spaces are not necessarily disconnected from nature, but they do engage with nature differently, for example through symbols like kiwi or Pokemon Go. They care about them because they are a part of their everyday life. They engage them, stimulate them, and build relationships to them in the same way that the animals in the flesh did for their ancestors when the fabric of their own lives were different. They don't care less or more, but the same, reflecting in the things they attach meaning to, the change modernity brought about the fabric of their lives.